Hey everybody, thought I'd do a quick little review on my HAIX Airpower X1s. Bought these things about 9 months ago and they're holding up great. The leather is unbelievable, quality is great. They've received very little care in the meantime, just a little bit of oiling. And the only thing they had when I purchased them I didn't want was a steel toe, which is underneath that line. You can see the little bumps in the sides. Kind of runs from here across to here. And they make it with a leather cap and with a hardened rubber type. I picked the hardened rubber because every time I see leather over a steel toe it peels and is completely removed. See the front, kind of a kick front on it. And again, the leather is just great. The sole is beyond comfortable. That's the company name, which you'll see in the title. HAIX. These are Airpower X1s. They also have it up in the leather. The X must be from the sole. It's a good sole. There's 3 different levels to it. The traction's always been there. It hasn't been slippery for me at all in any weather. I bought them before last hunting season, probably a month and a half, so I'd have time to break them in. And been on the boot hunt for a long time, ever since Doc Martens stopped making something I like. And what it turns out to be is, I thought, oh man, I don't want these zippers on there. Things are ridiculous. And once I bought them, they're never coming off. I liked them so much that I wore these for about 6 months, and I was wearing them every day. And I'd wear them to work and around the house. I'd wear them everywhere. And my boots are on pretty much 24/7. And the only time I found these to be bad is just this last week or two where it's about 95, 96, whatever it is around here. They're getting a little bit warm. But these being on every day got to the point where they were starting to get a little mildewy. They didn't smell from foot odor, but they did have a little bit of a mildew odor coming in. And it was getting to be where I could notice it. So, to remedy that, I bought a boot dryer made by Pete, I believe, which I might even do a little vid on, and decided I would swap them out every day and bought another pair. That's how much I like them. I've never done a boot review, but I have to tell you guys, this is the newer pair. And the leather was a little softer out of the box. I think they were more freshly manufactured, hadn't sat around as long. Like I said, I give them very little care, and they hold up quite well. All the scuffs and marks you see have been there before and are easily removed with one of those Kiwi type quick sponges. And I've probably done this pair 3 times. And maybe twice. I've done this pair I think once just because I had it out to touch up the toes. But everything polishes out and goes away. And like I said, the sole is great. It's not so aggressive if you're tracking mud through the house if you get in the dirt. And it's supposed to be non-marking, which after kicking a few doors, I found it really doesn't leave a big mark or black. It doesn't rub off like Vibram. I mean, you might get a scuff mark and stuff from the dirt, but it's definitely better than Vibram for scuffing. If you're going to wear it to screw around, play airsoft, or do what you do, you might want to remove these cross-tech tags that are on here because they're reflective. These boots are supposed to be waterproof completely. The leather is hydrophobically treated to where the leather is what resists water forever. It'll never go away, kind of like the 511 boots and a couple other companies are doing now. It's not a lining inside, it's the leather itself. I found my right boot out on the edge where I stretched it because it was just a little skinny for me. Has I think the absolute smallest leak there ever could be in the seal. These have been flawless, and this isn't enough to bother me because even in deep puddles it doesn't even let it enough to be noticed on whether it's sweat or water, but I'm pretty sure it's a tiny, tiny leak. Otherwise, the leather is supposed to be puncture resistant, bloodborne pathogen, and bacteria resistant. It has a steel shank, and this zip-up deal here is, if I can do this, beyond easy. And see if I can get the right light. Once it zips up, that's pretty much under your pant leg. You can't see it's there, except for your pants will fall just above this zip tie that holds it all together. And doesn't look that bad. And the convenience of it, man, I can't tell you. I love them. I think this will be it for quite a long time. I mean, honestly, just for shits and giggles, they are that fast. And just as fast off, and they're adjusted. They don't look too bad. They don't look too militant or too crazy. 99% of people don't even realize you're wearing a boot. They think it's a nice shoe or something. Doesn't really look much worse than a hiking boot. And the zipper part is almost completely covered by your normal pair of Levi's or what have you. The toes aren't bad. I prefer a square toe. These are just a bit more square than the other stuff I was finding, so I prefer that. They don't look bad. They clean up nice. And if you can get a pair, I'd recommend them, especially if you're on your feet a lot. The support is outstanding. The look isn't bad. What they give you for the money is really, really nice. You have to shop around a little bit. You'll find guys trying to sell these for $269 out there, but you can find them for under $200 if you shop around. You may find them better. The only problem I've had in 9 months of wearing these, and this pair was worn 6 months, and then pretty much the new pair has been worn for the last month, and the two in between these were interchanged pretty much daily until I blew a lace out on this one. I've been having trouble finding a lace for it at this point. I've been lazy to go to the store. Every time I go, all I have is a round, and these take the flat. I don't want to use the round. I could use some paracord or something, but just trying to get it right. Swapping these out with the boot dryer. I threw these in the sun after spraying them with the Febreze and all that. And after 2 days in the sun and nice weather and a bunch of Febreze and some Lysol, these came back to better than new. The mildew smell was completely removed. You can stick your face in them, not that you would want to, but you could, and they smell like they're new out of the box. So the leather's quality, the inside's quality. They're just a touch warm for the hot weather because they do have fabric inside, but it wears like steel. You wouldn't even know. I mean, the tags and everything still look new on this thing. What you want to do, though, if you have wider feet, is definitely get the wide. I tried a regular pair. They didn't cut it for me. I have kind of a wide foot, and the wides on these were actually quite nice. So just a couple minutes on these things. Sounds kind of silly for some boots, but I like them that much. And if you guys are in the market and having trouble finding a decent pair, you should really look into these. They're top notch. You'll fall in love with them. You'll end up buying 2 pair. I did. Anyways, stay safe, guys.